What's up, my Vina loves? It's Miss Vina D coming to you all from Vina Entertainment News. So this is a bonus episode. In the bonus episode, I basically cover news from around the franchise, topics that sometimes have nothing to do with Brian and Rachel, because some of you, have DM'd me questions asking me to react or respond to certain interviews and certain topics and things like that. Whether it's negative or positive, I respond to it and always put a positive twist to it. So this is what I do in a bonus episode. Whenever I do the Rachel and Brian episodes is always about them, but anything in between that is like a bonus, I include everything. So let's go ahead and get right into it. As you all know, Richard and Brian are doing great. I just posted season 2 episode 3. Click the link in the description below, go to the playlist and watch that. It's a great episode, you will love it. But the first person I'm going to talk about is Peter. Yes, Peter. I'm not sure why a lot of people send me DM at Vina Entertainment News on Instagram and DMs to talk about Peter and the interviews and things that he was doing. I guess it's because on the last bonus episode talking about Peter and when the new Bachelor was announced, I wrote in the comments that I believe that Peter will one day be the Bachelor and that he just wasn't ready right now. And people were responding, I don't think so. Well, I was right, because if you click the link in the description below, the one that describe and provide the website to my actual blog, www.missvinand.com, when you get there, just click on Vina Entertainment News and you can watch his full interview. And he flat out said in that interview that he never told ABC yes or no. However, they knew that he wasn't ready because he's clearly still in love with Rachel. Okay, those words didn't leave his mouth, but you will see from the interview about the part about still being in love with Rachel. As he speaks about her, when he spoke about her, the man looked like he was on the verge of I'm not going to say the word, but he just looked like he was on the verge of something, and you can tell he's still in love. And so because of that, you can't move on to date other people if you're still in love with your ex. So also too, he did say in that interview that he will not turn down the opportunity to be the Bachelor if that opportunity was offered to him in the future. He just had to get his mind right. Everything just happened 6-7 months ago. It's still fresh, and he just had to get his mind right and regroup. And right now he's happy, he's doing well, and he did not want to put himself through the emotional roller coaster again. But he would definitely become the Bachelor if ABC was to bring that whole situation his way again. So go hear those words out of his mouth. Peter also said in an interview with Entertainment Tonight that he did not get closure from Rachel, and he feel like there were more experiences that they could have had together. So that's what I'm talking about. I'm glad that she moved on, because the emotional roller coasters and it's not worth it at all. Because if you see some of his other interviews, he said that he's good, he got closure. After the final rose, they said what they had to say to each other, and that was the end. And now he's saying in this most recent interview that he did not get closure, and that he feel like there are more things that it could have. You know what? Yeah. So he's not saying much, man. I'm just glad that Rachel found Brian and moved on, because no one deserved to go through the emotional roller coaster and then be messing around with someone who's indecisive like that. And not that it matters, because at this point Rachel's happy, we've all moved on. But this is 100% for those who send me the messages, okay? So for those of you who don't care for Peter and might be like, why are you even posting about him? We love your Rachel and Brian posts. Well, this page is not just dedicated to Rachel and Brian. It's a Hollywood blog reporting page, but I do love and appreciate Rachel and Brian love, so I created a series. I am very much aware that a majority of my supporters support Rachel and Brian, so I'm not going to do anything silly to take away from that. This is just the bonus episode. So whenever I do a bonus episode, if it doesn't work for you, just click on the playlist and watch all of the other seasons because there's a lot of content. You can just skip this one, right? But let's get more into it. So that's what Peter had to say. I'm going to read a few excerpts from the Life and Style interview that he did. The interviews that's on my blog page is from ET, but this is the one from Life and Style. Peter wrote, "When I got off Rachel's season, I was devastated. When I watched her walk away for that last time, I asked if I could go after her, and I think I knew in my heart that it wasn't the right decision to do. It wasn't the right decision to do that. So it just faded away at that point, and I drank an entire bottle of wine by myself." Oh, wow. Well, okay. Anyways, I mean, he's fine. So, and then Peter then continued, "I'm a sensitive guy. I accept it and I appreciate it, and that just makes me more hyper aware of the surrounding I'm in, and The Bachelor is a big step that I wasn't ready for." He's talking about next year if he will do The Bachelor and why he passed on the gig, and I basically just explained that. Peter also denied reaching out to Rachel after the final rose special. He said, "When it ended. I knew that she got engaged to Brian that very next day, and that crushed me." Okay, so you drank a bottle of wine. Hearing she got engaged to Brian crushed you. Okay, let's move on. And let's see. Yeah, so I'm gonna stop it there. So you were devastated as she walked away. Knowing she got engaged crushed you, but yet you couldn't make that commitment. I have nothing against Peter not wanting to get engaged, okay? I think where Rachel was coming from was, I'm looking for someone who cares for me enough and who's willing to jump with me. Whether we both fall and fail, I want to know that I'm starting my life with someone who's at least willing to attempt the jump with me. And that's all she was saying. Not put a ring on my finger or run and get married tomorrow. But anyways, it sounds like Peter is just being repetitive at this point. So I completely understand and respect those of you who send me a DM to react to this interview. But he's not really saying anything new, guys. He's saying the same thing over and over again. Okay, yes, he drank a bottle of wine. We don't care, because if you care for her that much that you went ahead and drank a bottle of wine, then you have been willing to take that extra step, make that commitment, and jump with her. So I'm wishing Peter nothing but the best. I mean, he said that he's happy and in love with his dog. He's been posting his dog. Richard and Brian have been posting their dog. I mean, the battles of the dogs.
Copper, give me that. Give me that. Yeah, there you go.
I'm just kidding. I'm just being silly. I'm sure they're not checking for each other. But, I mean, he said he's happy right now with his dog and his career, so more power to Peter. So, guys, I hope my response to that was enough, because he's not saying anything new. I already repeated everything that he was going to do. So, he will absolutely be the Bachelor. I said that ABC is not going to ignore that type of payday. Peter have a lot of fans. The ratings gonna be off the charts. They will make him the Bachelor. When? We don't know. Now, if he find love before that comes around, then great. Will he turn away such a financial and also career opportunity? Probably not, but we shall see. Let's go ahead and move on to the next topic you guys wanted me to talk about. Rachel. Now, I don't know if Rachel is still friends with her, if she's Rachel's ex-friend or still friends, but let's talk about Raven. Raven and Adam from Rachel's season, they are together. They seem like they're doing great. Look at them, color coordinating. I'm sure that they didn't even know this, but Rachel in that jumper and Raven with this dress on, and how crazy it is though. Raven and basically Raven said that before she went to Bachelor in Paradise, she talked to Rachel and said, she asked Rachel, from your season, what guy you think I would be most compatible with? And Rachel told her Adam, and look at it. she's with Adam. She also, the interviewer asked her if it was awkward. She said no, it's not awkward. Rachel gave her blessing, and also too that they're cool. They've all gone on double dates together. She and Adam was at Rachel's and Brian not bachelorette, but engagement party in Dallas, because Adam is from Texas. And so they're cool. Now, like I said, Ravi is one of the chicks that been supporting and was there and is there for Demario. She was seen in the club with the other girl from next season, Alexis. They were all in the club partying with Demario when Rachel posted that tweet about bachelor friendships being fickle and all of that, and Demario wanting to continue his 50 minutes of fame, jumped on it and then got destroyed in his comment section when he came for Rachel. So I'm sure they're still probably cool and cordial and all of that, but yeah, it's just interesting to me. It's like a big little family and circle. Like, I guess it's because they all feel like they have this experience together, because it's almost like they're all just cross dating each other. But okay, do you. Congratulations to them. So best, some people say, oh, it's not going to work. Some people say it's going to work. But we hear the same thing about, Brian and Rachel. So I'm not here to say anything negative about the relationship or wish anything negative on them. I'm wishing them the best. Now, Vanessa and Nick. This is the last one. Vanessa and Nick, of course, call up their engagement. It's over. I think it was like 6 months or 5 months after, but yeah, it's over. Now, I've already read all of the statements that Vanessa and Nick, made together, but Vanessa is speaking more. She spoke more to People magazine, and they repeated the statements that she and Nick made. You can go ahead and click the playlist and watch that video. I'm not going to be repetitive, but she did talk about how she's trying to look forward and now remain positive. She said it's hard sometimes. Breakups aren't easy. Letting go of the idea of what could have been isn't easy either, but I'm trying to stay optimistic about the future, and that one day the person that I'm meant to be with and start a family with, when the timing is right, we will find our way to each other. So yeah, she have a positive attitude about it. She said when you fall in love with someone with all that you have, it's hard to let go. Every part of you gets shattered. She says, I'm trying to pick up the pieces. I hope he finds his person and his happily ever after that we unfortunately couldn't find together. Another thing that Vanessa also hit on that I want to quickly talk about, because I can't believe we're already going into 11-12 minutes. Oh my goodness. But another thing that Vanessa touched on that I want to quickly talk about is she said that she uprooted her life as from her being a teacher. She uprooted her life from being a teacher and moved to LA with Nick to support him on Dancing with the Stars and support his dreams. Now, we all heard that Brian and Rachel are both moving to LA. Now, here's my thing. Whenever you decide to make such a huge decision like that in life, make sure you're doing it for you as well, okay? Because what ends up happening is there's something called resentment. There's nothing wrong with compromise. There's nothing wrong with that, but don't ever give up yourself, who you are, what you're trying to do 100% for anyone else. Because yes, love is beautiful and it's great to make sacrifices, but what ends up happening in the end is you end up becoming resentful because you get to stand on the sideline and see this person make their dreams reality while you sit there and ask yourself, my God, I'm losing myself in this person. That resentment will lead to an even bigger anger that lead the relationship to not work. And I think that's what happened. You're looking at one person just being happy, everything's going great in their life, and they are happy and they want you to be happy for them, but you're not happy. So that's just my advice. I didn't mean for this video to go on this long, but that's just my advice to you guys, that never make sacrifices, compromise, but never settle and never lose who you are 100% into a relationship or for anybody else, because anyone who truly love you will not sit back and allow you to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here, my Vina loves. I'm wishing you all an amazing day. Remember to always have a God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. And also too, the whole story about what's the girl raving and talking about what Rachel said to her, that clip from the interview is also included in the post about Peter interview. Have a great day, guys. God bless.